Your home's electrical system has a hidden hero. It's called earthing or grounding. Think of it as a safety net. It protects you, your family, and your expensive appliances from electrical shocks and faults. Without proper earthing, a simple problem like a frayed wire could turn a metal appliance, like your toaster or washing machine, into a serious hazard. It's a silent guardian, working tirelessly behind your walls to keep everything safe and sound. A good earth connection is absolutely non-negotiable for a safe home. It's the foundation of your electrical safety. So how does it work? Electricity always wants to find the easiest path to the ground. The earth wire provides a safe, direct route for any stray electrical current to travel. If a fault occurs, this current rushes down the earth wire instead of through you. This massive surge of current then trips your circuit breaker or blows a fuse, instantly cutting off the power and preventing a disaster. It's a simple but brilliant system that has saved countless lives. Making sure this system is working correctly isn't just a good idea, it's a critical part of home maintenance. Imagine you touch a faulty metal lamp. If the earthing is working, the stray electricity has already been safely diverted and the circuit is likely already dead. Nothing happens to you. But if there's no earth connection, or it's a bad one, that electricity sees you as the best way to get to the ground. You become the path. That's when you get a nasty shock, which can be incredibly dangerous. This is why we can't afford to be complacent. A home without proper earthing is an accident waiting to happen, a risk you should never be willing to take. For this reason, checking your earthing is not just a job for an electrician during a big renovation. It's something you should be aware of. Knowing how to perform a basic check can give you peace of mind and help you spot a problem before it becomes a tragedy. It's about taking control and making sure your home is as safe as it can possibly be. It's about doing it right the first time, because when it comes to electrical safety, you don't get second chances. Let's make it right. Before you even think about touching a multimeter or opening a socket, we need to talk about safety. This is the most important part. Electricity is not a toy, it demands respect. If you don't know what you're doing, or if you feel even slightly unsure, stop right there. The best tool you have is your brain, so use it. Your safety is always more important than any DIY job. Never work on electrical systems when you're tired, distracted, or in a rush. Take your time and think through every single step before you do it. First things first, get the right gear. You need a reliable digital multimeter. Don't use a cheap, flimsy one. Get a good quality tool that you can trust. You should also wear rubber-soled shoes. This adds an extra layer of insulation between you and the ground, just in case. It's also a good idea to work with one hand where possible, keeping the other in your pocket. This can prevent electricity from creating a circuit across your chest and heart if something goes wrong. These are small habits, but they can make a massive difference. Make sure your work area is dry. Water and electricity are a lethal combination. Never attempt to check sockets in a damp basement, a wet kitchen, or a bathroom right after a shower. Ensure the floor is dry and your hands are dry. Also, let someone else in the house know what you are doing. It's always better to have another person around who can help in an emergency. Tell them not to touch you if you get a shock, but to switch off the power at the main consumer unit immediately. Finally, inspect your tools before you start. Check your multimeter's probes and leads for any signs of damage, like cracks in the plastic or exposed wires. If you find any damage, do not use it. Get a new set of leads or a new meter. Using faulty equipment to test for electrical faults is a recipe for disaster. Taking these few simple precautions seriously is what separates a smart homeowner from a statistic. Don't be a statistic. Be smart. Be safe. Right, you've done your safety checks. You're ready to test. Grab your digital multimeter. First, you need to set it to the correct function. Turn the dial to the AC voltage setting. This is usually marked with a V tilde or VAC. Make sure you select a range that is higher than your home's voltage. In the UK, the standard voltage is 230 volts, so setting your meter to 600 volts AC is a safe bet. This ensures the meter can handle the voltage it's about to measure without getting damaged. Getting this first step right is crucial for an accurate and safe reading. Now, let's test the socket. A UK socket has 3 holes. The top one is the earth, the bottom right is the live, and the bottom left is the neutral. Carefully insert the black probe of your multimeter into the live slot, that's the bottom right, and the red probe into the neutral slot, which is the bottom left. You might need to gently push a plastic safety shutter out of the way with the earth pin of a plug first, but be careful. The meter's display should show a reading of around 230 volts. This tells you that the socket has power. Write this number down. Next, we check the connection between the live and earth wires. This is the most important test for earthing. Keep the black probe in the live slot, bottom right. Now, carefully move the red probe from the neutral slot to the earth slot, the top one. The multimeter should again display a reading that is very close to the first one you took, around 230 volts. If you see this, it's a great sign. It means there is a proper path to earth, which is exactly what you want to see for your safety. Finally, there's one last check to be completely sure. This time, you measure between the neutral and earth slots. Insert the black probe into the neutral slot, bottom left, and the red probe into the earth slot, top. A properly earthed system should show a very small voltage reading, ideally close to 0, but usually somewhere between 0 and 5 volts. If you get a low reading, combined with the live to earth test, you can be confident that your socket's earthing is working as it should. It's a simple process of elimination that tells the whole story. People make mistakes. It happens. But with electricity, mistakes can be costly. One of the most common blunders is using the multimeter on the wrong setting. If you set it to measure resistance, or ohms, or DC voltage instead of AC voltage, you won't get a useful reading and you could even damage your meter. Always double-check that the dial is set to V tilde or VAC before the probes go anywhere near a live socket. It's a simple check that prevents a lot of headaches and keeps you safe from false readings. Another frequent error is not getting a firm connection with the probes inside the socket terminals. The metal contacts are recessed inside the holes, and if your probe is just touching the plastic surround, you'll get a reading of 0. This might lead you to believe there's a problem when there isn't one, or worse, that a socket is dead when it's actually live. Make sure the metal tips of the probes are making solid contact with the metal terminals deep inside the socket. You should feel a slight click or firmness when they are properly seated. Don't ever assume a 0 reading means the power is off. A 0 reading between live and neutral could mean the circuit breaker has tripped, or it could mean you have a broken neutral wire, which is a very dangerous situation. This is why you must perform all 3 tests in the correct sequence. The sequence tells a story. The live to neutral test confirms power. The live to earth test confirms the earth path. The neutral to earth test confirms they are properly bonded. Skipping steps or misinterpreting one reading can give you a false sense of security. So when should you put the tools down and call a professional? The answer is simple. Anytime you are not 100% confident, or anytime the readings are not what they should be. If the live to earth voltage is significantly lower than the live to neutral voltage, or if the neutral to earth voltage is high, you have a problem. Do not try to fix it yourself. These are signs of a serious fault in your wiring that needs an expert. A qualified electrician has the right tools and knowledge to diagnose and fix the problem safely. Making it right means knowing when to call for help. This advice is for informational purposes only. For any electrical work or concerns, always consult a qualified and certified electrician. Homes Electrical Solutions. Making it right every time. Contact us for a professional electrical safety inspection. Phone 020-7946-0721. Website www.homeselectrical.co.uk.